Hi guys, in this video I want to talk about something really important, the kind of companies you should think twice before joining. In other words, we are going to talk about bad employers and how to recognize them before it's too late. I'm Alex, UK chartered engineer, European engineer and certified career coach for engineers. I've been working in engineering for over 15 years, so most of my career has been on a rotational basis, and I work in different countries in the middle of forest, in swamps, in deserts, on offshore platforms from -50 to +50 degrees Celsius. I worked for one of the most prestigious companies in the world, and I've also worked with companies you've probably never heard of. And believe me, sometimes the big name on the door doesn't mean much inside. So let me start with something I used to believe when I was just starting out. The bigger the company, the better. So I thought the big players, the global giants with tens of thousands of employers, were the only companies worth working for. So I thought small companies are bad and unprofessional. But over the years, I started to see things differently. Yes, so working for a major company can open a lot of doors, especially if you are young and want to build a strong resume. So they definitely may offer international projects, better systems and brand recognition, right? But small companies can surprise you too. One small company I worked for, just maybe a few hundred employees or maybe 1,000. They had a very supportive management team, offered proper training, gave decent bonuses and treated their staff like people, not just numbers. The CEO used to come and talk to people personally. So don't ignore small companies, okay? Some people say never work for a small company, but that's not always true. So if you are just looking for experience or a short-term role, so why not, right? But if you're aiming for long-term stability, then maybe yes, yeah, a larger, more stable company might be the safer choice.
Sending hundreds of resumes, but not getting any response? Engineer-Now is a platform for creating resumes for engineers of all professions. The most crucial aspect of a technical specialist's resume is their professional skills. On the Engineer-Now platform, technical skills and competencies for almost all engineering professions have been manually selected, and you can add them to your resume with just one click. In today's world, most companies use AI algorithms to screen resumes, so even the format of your resume matters during the selection process. Engineer-Now uses formats tested over the years on hundreds of engineers. Use what truly works.
Now let's talk about another important thing, especially in industries like oil and gas or maybe heavy industry. So you've got two main types of companies. The one is what is called the operator, that is the owner of the project, and the second one is the contractor, the service provider, right? I always recommend that. So if you can work for the operator. Why? Because they are the ones who control the money, the timelines, the contracts, and the entire project flow, right? Contractors, on the other hand, are always under pressure, cut costs, to deliver faster, to do more with less, right? And there is one more group of companies actually, what is called the equipment manufacturers. So these are companies that produce the actual machines, compressors, turbines, control systems, piping, equipment, etc. So these companies doesn't always have to follow the operators every rule, right? Because the operators they depend on them, so they are often more independent and usually they pay very well. So if you get the chance actually to work for a good top manufacturer, take it seriously. Now let's say you received the job offer. So what should you do? So don't just sign the contract blindly. Do your homework. So the first thing I always do is check reviews online. So sites like Glassdoor or local job forums in your country can tell you a lot. But here is my favorite tip, something that's helped me a lot. Go on LinkedIn, find a few people who already work at this company and send them a message. So ask them what it's like to work there, and sometimes you'll be surprised. Many people are happy to share the truth, especially if they've if they had a bad experience. So when I evaluate the company, I look at many different factors, like do they delay salaries, what's the culture like in the company, if it's rotational job, how is the housing, the food, the logistics, what is the safety culture like, right? Also, and this is actually very important, check the financial health of the company. Look at their recent news on the website, right? Do they have big projects coming up? Are they cutting costs or laying off staff? If it's an oil and gas company, is their production going up or down? A company that's slowly dying, is it going to invest in people, right? So why should you invest your time there? Another smart thing to do is look at annual employer ratings. Every year, different countries publish a list of the best and worst employers. So this list are based on surveys, reviews, and different data, right? So take a look at where your potential employer stands. Are they in the list? Are they near the bottom? So to wrap it up, a cool logo and shiny website don't mean anything if people are miserable inside the company. So a small unknown company might actually offer you best growth, support, and income. And no job is worth your mental health and time. So always do your research, talk to people, ask questions, and don't be afraid to walk away from an offer if something doesn't feel right. So if you've had a bad experience with the company or want to share your story, leave it in the comments down below this video. So your story might help someone else avoid a bad decision. And if you're looking to build an international career or want my personal guidance, there is a link down below this video. I'd love to help you take the next step. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. See you soon and take care of yourself. Bye bye.